Alright, so this is the Night Stabber here. We got a 2,500 point battle report between the Beastmen and Vampire Counts. Now, I come into this battle, I already know I'm going to lose, alright? But my goal here is to give it a fight. Give the vampires a fight. Because this guy's coming with some hard, heavy hitters. And when I say heavy hitters, I'm talking about Terrorgeist or anything like that. In the center, he has a unit of Blood Knights, about 7 of them. Behind them, he has some Vargeist. To the left, we have some Hex Wraiths. And to the far right, we have some Skeletons and a unit of Ghouls. Now, those Skeletons and Ghouls are not going to do anything throughout the whole battle. And to my far left, I have Ungor, about 40 of them. In the center, I have 50 Gore. And to the left behind the Ungor, I have about 38 Bestigore. And to the right of the Gore, I have a unit, a Fin Beast. Now it's toughness 5, and it has it's unbreakable, but it's like a demon where it takes wounds for how many wounds it loses. Here's a blurry picture of the table. This is turn 1. I get turn 1. I get the first turn. So I position my units to absorb his army. So I move my Manticores. That was the beast that I took for the Grail quest, and I moved it to the left. It just has extra armor on it. Nothing really spectacular. I have a Herdstone, and I have a Great Gray Shaman with level 4 Shadow and 2 level 2 beasts, and a Herdstone. And the guy with the Shadow guy has the Skull of Rakos, which gives me +1 to cast. So everybody there is it's technically a level 5 and 2 level 3s. So I get the first turn. I'll move my guys up forward, and in his turn, here's another picture of his army actually. In his turn, he's not really gonna move the Blood Knights forward, but I am gonna. In my turn, I actually do move my Ungor forward. And I give them +1 strength, +1 toughness. I don't know why I do it. I just did it to kind of not get hit by these ghouls or whatever. I don't think they're not crypt ghouls. Yeah, crypt ghouls, I guess. So I'm thinking I should give them +1 strength, +1 toughness, and if the crypt ghouls charge me, then I'll be able to be strength 4, weapon skill 3, hitting them on 4s. But in his turn, bottom of turn 2, he moves the army like this. He puts his Hex Wraiths in the front because I don't have a lot of magic weapons, and my magic weapon is actually behind Ungor, so I'm in a precarious position right now. And my right flank is getting exposed. Little warning here: there is going to be a time where I actually miss an entire turn, I think, but I'm not quite sure. But he attempts to he does charge his he puts his ghouls out there, and then my turn I charge the Ungorian, thinking that I can get +1 strength, +1 toughness, and the Ungor will do fine if I can drop his weapon skill down so that the Ungor can go in 3s, and hopefully I pass my Primal Fury test, and the Ungor should do well. I move up the Fin Beast, and I move him out in front of the Gore herd. So if he does hit the Gore herd, if he does hit the Fin Beast with the Blood Knights, he's gonna have to go off into the right of the Gore herd. I'm not really worried about the Hex Wraith and the Fin Beast. Before that, I didn't know that they had flaming attacks and magical attacks, so that was stupid. That I shouldn't have placed him there, but oh well. I move my Manticore out to the left, just in case. Just in case I need him over there to try to maybe get a killing blow on somebody in that Blood Knight unit. I miss a turn, but the Ungor end up getting destroyed, and then the following turn, his guys overrun into the Bestigore, and the Bestigore kill him, and then I change their facing, and then hit the Hex Wraith on the flank, he actually pushed his Hex Wraith through the Fin Beast, doing 2 wounds, and then the Fin Beast moved back towards my lines to guard my flank. I barely made it away from the Blood Knights. I needed a 5 to get away, and I rolled a 5. And he needed a 7 to fail the charge, and he rolled a 7. So that was cool. I put the Manticore like that right in front of this Goblin unit or Ghoul unit or whatever. I think it might be a zombie unit, which I'm fine with that because I'm not really going to put him there. I'm going to in there. He's going to end up in front of the Blood Knights because they have Frenzy, and if they charge me, he actually changes facing to the left, and he's going to overrun off into the left. This is the reason why people don't like the Blood Knight, because when they charge something, if they're being redirected on purpose, they're going to be redirected all over the place. Over here, I put +1 strength, +1 toughness on the Fin Beast. He had actually charged the unicorns into him, and then he moves his bird horses like that.
Alright, and you see my flank getting buckled in on. You don't see them, but they are Pegasus far enough away over here where I think they're out of the picture. And I moved my my Manticore right in front of him, making sure that his front rank actually sees more of the Manticore's front. So when he overruns, he's going to run off to the left. So he pretty much has to charge, because otherwise those Blood Knights will never see combat. Because this is like the bottom of turn 3 or bottom of turn 4 or something. He moves his dogs out there, and then the Bestigor charges dogs, because I really want those Bestigor to overrun, and then I can get close to the building and get into the building. That's my plan. Over here on the right side, he actually kills my Harpies with his Frenzied Flyers. Now that's his unit going off into the left. And my Magic Face, I cast my Mystifying Miasma on his movement. I think I dropped his movement by 2. So when he turns around, he can only move like 5 inches. But it's a start, right? Here's another view of the close combat in the middle. Didn't really have any other magic that I needed to cast during that time. It would have probably been good for me to cast Transformation and probably get a Manticore out there. Maybe I might have been able to shake him up over there, now that I'm thinking back. So here's them overrunning after they kill the dogs, and this is the bottom of his turn. So I'm going to make it into that building. I got my terrain precariously lodged on top of that Gore unit, because the movement trays and the large unit, such a large unit, and I was stupid to put that terrain there. But anyway, the Bestigor do get it in the building in my turn. I didn't do any charging. He turns around in his turn. Alright, this is the bottom of turn 5. I didn't really cast any magic that turn. Here's another picture of the Bestigor inside the building. Kind of like Indiana Jones with the train at the end of the movie, you know what I mean? And over here, his Vargolfs, I cast Miasma on them, and somehow the Vargolfs still get over there enough hits him to kill they're going to get enough hits him to kill him. I'm going to miss that Vital 1 3+4 regen and fail. He's going to die. I was hoping he would live a little longer, but it wasn't meant to be. And so in his turn, bottom of turn 6, he charges the Blood Knights in. I had already casted, in my turn, I had casted Occam's Mind Razor on the Gore. So this is going to be a crap ton of strength 9 attacks. And that's what happens. This is the last picture. I kill the Blood Knights, and I score a big amount of points. Ends up being a close game. He does kill my BSB, but oh well. It was a close game. The Beastmen, the vampires win as they outlast the Beastmen. barely make it over that hump, but they got me. I made some little mistakes that I probably could have. Sometimes where I probably could have capitalized if I had paid attention. But yeah. Instead of trying to use dice to try to boost up a Fin Beast that was on his way to death anyway, I probably could have used those, because I actually had maxed out almost every turn. I could have used those dice to call on the Mountain Chimera, maybe jump them out there in front of the Blood Knights, or even jump them into the Blood Knights and slow them down so I kept them some points. I should have paid attention better. I would have only lost 100 points if I had done that. Yeah, because the sorcerer that had that spell, he was only 135 points. So the worst that could have happened, I would have lost 135 points, and the Gore would have lived. And most likely, I would have been able to keep my BSB in that unit, and I wouldn't have had to worry about the Vargeist. So it was a good win for the. Nothing to take away from the vampire player. I just need to be more, quick to thinking in all directions. All right, subscribe if you like the video, and comment.